It's an important time of year, Toto. What's the mood like in the factory at the moment?
The mood is good. The mood is especially good because today we will be firing up the car for the first time. And it's always a very exciting time because what has been designed is coming together and is coming alive.
So in terms of the progress on the new car, how is that going?
It's never going as you completely seamlessly or smoothly because it's, as a matter of fact, you're trying to push the boundaries and make the car as light as possible and eventually as quick as possible. So we've had a good winter, I would say. No real drama, but there is always stress within the organization at that time of the year.
Last year's car was referred to as a bit of a diva. So what have you been doing over the winter break to remedy any of the weaknesses you had last year and to ensure that the W09 isn't quite so tricky?
Some of the character traits from a diva we like. And the W8 was the fastest car in Formula One. It scored the most pole positions and it won the most races. So you need to be careful not to dump the things that actually work on the car just to remedy the difficulties that the car showed. So as a matter of fact, we analyzed it properly, and when we go testing in a month's time, we will see whether the car is a little bit more behaved or not.
This year we're going to have 21 races, the joint longest season in history, and of course a triple header. So how is the team approaching such an amazingly long season?
It's very difficult for the team because not only you're doing 21 races, but all of us are having a normal day job as well. So it is pretty stressful for the organization and pretty stressful for the individuals. I think we shouldn't be going much further than 21 races. Also because it's simply diluting the exclusivity of the event. It's not something we are looking ahead and say, well, that's great, let's do 21 or more. I think last year was 20 and was already very difficult for the organization, so this is somehow what I see as a limit.
Which rounds are you particularly looking forward to?
I like all of them because I enjoy the competition on the weekend, and it sounds a bit boring, but unfortunately, we touch down on the airport on a given Thursday and head to the circuit and commute between the circuit and the hotel. But there are special relationships. I'm going to miss Malaysia. We've made friends in Malaysia, and not going to Kuala Lumpur will be different. We are returning to Germany, very important for us at Mercedes, and we hope to have many of our colleagues join us at the race. And I like Monza. I like the Italian lifestyle, the Dolce Vita, and it's somehow a very special Grand Prix. Cycling into the track through the park is special, but I'm sure I would have missed out many others that I enjoy.
What about the new challenge of Paul Ricard for the team?
I know Paul Ricard very well. Like I raced there myself a lot, and obviously in the summer in the south of France there is worse places to be.
Of course, this year you have that enticing prospect of a 5th consecutive championship double. Do you let yourself think about that, dream about it?
No, because all points go back to zero. We are extremely happy and proud of the 4 double titles, but it isn't a guarantee of doing it a 5th time. And insofar, the mindset within the organization is to stay humble about your own achievements, but motivated and energized in order to trying to win races again and eventually, hopefully, be in the fight for a title.
How intense do you think the fight is going to be, and who do you think will be on the front line this year?
It's difficult to judge. Last year, Ferrari surprised all of us. They put a car on the track that functioned from the get-go. This year, the rules stayed more stable, but there's a new tire that is coming into the equation. So the truth is, we don't know.
Mercedes will enter Formula E for the 6th season, and the 2nd generation car was recently revealed. What do you make of that?
Formula E is an exciting platform, and against all odds, Alejandro and his team have managed to build a series that is interesting for many people. It clearly hits the zeitgeist. Corporate boardrooms are talking about it, And what he and his team has been doing is truly amazing. Yesterday we saw the drawings of the new car, which is going to come in a year's time, and it looks amazing. And it's a completely new concept. And I enjoy opening up my how do you say?
Your horizon, or
my
your mind.
horizon a little bit to the new series, and we're excited in joining Formula E.
Fans will be keen to know about Lewis's future with the team. How's the contract situation progressing there?
Lewis has become such an important pillar within the team that it is a no-brainer that we continue with each other, and the discussions are ongoing and a very positive mindset, and it's just a matter of time when we seal it and put a signature to the document.
2017 was such a strong year for the Mercedes-Benz junior drivers, George, Pascal, Esteban Ocon as well. Does that mean 2018 you're going to have to raise the bar for them? The expectation is going to be a bit higher?
Every year we set objectives for the boys, and they have matched those objectives last year, and you're absolutely right. The bar is raising. If you want to qualify for a Mercedes, you need to be quick. You need to make no mistakes. You need to work well within your team, be respected by your team, and energize the team. And all these are factors that we try to capture and measure, and we'll see where they end up in a year's time.
What about future stars? Where else are you looking to find the future stars of Mercedes-Benz?
We are trying to keep our eyes open to identify the next Lewis Hamilton for in 5, 6 or 7 years, when Lewis eventually decides that he had enough of Formula One. And insofar we are approaching this with a completely open mindset. We are even looking at karting. We are supporting a young Italian boy that is barely 12 years old, and we enjoy doing that. And insofar, it's just about identifying the talent, no matter where they are at the moment.
So what about 2018 then? What are you most excited about for Formula One?
Most excited to get into the competition, get it all started again, and see where we are as a team, whether we have understood the car better, or whether it is good enough, the performance level is good enough to beat the others. And then the sheer competition on the race weekends is what excites me.
So why should fans be excited about Formula One in 2018?
I think fans can be excited to look forward to a close competition. We had a rule change last year, and we had 3 teams that fought hard at the front, and the rules stayed the same. The engines are converging, and that's happening. And I think there is other teams to be expected racing at the front. McLaren with the Renault engine is going to be interesting. Renault will eventually recover. They put a lot of resource behind the project, and Force India has been punching above the weight class, and you can expect more with Checo and Esteban being on fire, proving who is the quicker guy. And Williams can always surprise. So I expect this to be even more competition at the front this year, between more drivers and more teams.
Lots to look out for, Toto. Thank you very much for catching up with us, and we look forward to the season.
Me too, thank you.